Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's official prices. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. Alright, so we had a bunch of stuff coming out this week. We also have the upcoming price increase from Games Workshop, so this is the first time we're going to see that reflected in the official prices. So let's jump right in with the Drukhari Codex. So we have the Codex Drukhari in hardback, and that's going to be coming in at $60 USD or $74 Canadian. And then we also have the Codex Drukhari Collector's Edition, and that is going to be $112 USD or $135 Canadian. So no increase on the actual Codex itself, but a $2 increase on the Collector's Edition. And honestly, for me, I'm glad to see that the Codexes aren't going up, but realistically, the differential between the Collector's Edition Codex and the regular Codex is already at the point where I've no longer been buying them anyway, so it doesn't really bother me to see the Collector's Edition going up by a couple bucks. And next we have the brand new character, Lady Malys. So Lady Malys is coming in at $48 USD or $57 Canadian. So sort of an interesting one right here. So we don't know what she would have come out with normally as her price tag, but typically the epic heroes will be priced somewhere around like $35 to like $37. Space Marine epic heroes typically come in around like $45. So we don't know exactly how much she's jumping up because she's a new model, but seeing her at $48, that means like the $45 characters are probably going to be going up to $48. But to see a new elf character priced at $48 definitely feels like a big jump. And then $57 Canadian definitely just feels like these characters are getting very pricey. And next we have the new Battleforce, the Realspace Raiders. Now this is a nice Battleforce, definitely a big fan of this. It's got a bunch of models, overall just nice start to a Drukhari army. And the Drukhari Realspace Raiders is coming in at $240 USD or $290 Canadian. So we have seen battle forces in the past anywhere from like $230 to $240. So I'm not sure this actually jumped up in price. Games Workshop could have priced it at like $230 previously, and now it's $240, or they could have just been planning on pricing it at $240. But I think overall the value compared to the individual kits in this box set is probably still really good. But basically knocking on the door at $250 for a Battleforce or almost $300 for a Canadian Battleforce. Definitely just getting to the point where people are just priced out. And next we have the Combat Patrol Drukhari. So not a very good Combat Patrol, especially compared to the previous Combat Patrol for Drukhari, which was absolutely amazing. This is coming in at $170 USD or $205 Canadian. So Combat Patrols have been moving up. They were $168 not that long ago and then moved up to $170. So we don't see a jump in the price on this Combat Patrol, but definitely lacking in value. So at $170 USD or $205 Canadian, you're not getting a lot of models. You are getting like a decent little starting force. I don't know how this would play exactly on the table, and it does complement the Battleforce itself pretty well. But at this point in time, at least with this box set, you're basically just getting the character for free when you buy the rest of the stuff at MSRP. So definitely not the value of old. And then next we have the Drukhari Wracks. Now these are going to be available direct only, and they are $60 USD or $74 Canadian. So 10 racks in a box set at $60. Right in line with the other stuff, but we do see more and more kits going to direct only. Alright, and then next we have the Drukhari Datasheet cards and dice. So Datasheet cards are coming in at $35 USD or $41.50 Canadian, so no jump in price there. And then we have the dice coming in at $34 USD or $39 Canadian. So previously the dice were $33.50, so they're only going up by 50 cents. But honestly, when they went to 16 dice in a set over 20, that was a big jump in price, as we basically were getting hit with shrinkflation from Games Workshop, losing 25% of our dice and paying the same price. And that is when the dice boycott started. And now here we are a couple of years later, and the dice boycott continues.
Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you.
And next we have the Korps of Krieg Combat Patrol. So much nicer Combat Patrol right here. Again, coming in at $170 USD or $205 Canadian. You get a lot more models in this box set. It is much more of a complete starting force. And then on top of that, a lot of the Korps of Krieg stuff has been extremely hard to get, as Games Workshop has done a very poor job restocking it since launch. But overall, really nice box set. I do think this one's going to be extremely popular. This is much more in line with what I'd like to see for a combat patrol. I do wish for Astra Militarum it came with bare minimum 1 tank, but I do like that this is an all Krieg box set and it's 170 and it's got a much more like nicer complete offering. As something like the army set that launched earlier this year really felt like it was missing some regular troopers. So nice box set, all Krieg models, all new models. I do suspect this will be very popular. And then moving over to Black Library, we have the Tomb World Special Edition. So this will go along nicely with the new Kill Team book that came out, Further the Story. This is coming in at $75 USD or $85 Canadian, right in line with like the other Black Library Special Edition books that have been coming out. And I do think this one will be popular, so if you are after this, make sure to grab it up before it's gone. And then we also have the Tomb World book coming in hardback as well, and this will be $30 USD or $35 Canadian, so no price increase there. Then we have the Morvenn Vahl Spirit of Faith paperback novel, and that is coming in at $17.99 or $21.99 Canadian, so no increase there. So overall, we don't know if this is going to directly reflect all of the price increases, but typically Games Workshop will increase the price of new stuff as it comes out, rather than just waiting and then increasing the price right after it comes out. We do know the price increase is scheduled to go into effect in early October, so right around the corner. And I do suspect that this will reflect the price increases of what we'll see throughout the range. While we don't have a massive sample size, I think going forward we should expect the Battleforce boxes to be priced at $240. We should expect the Combat Patrols to be priced at $170. We should expect Epic Heroes to be priced at $48. And then we should expect Codexes to be priced at $60, Dice to be priced at $34, and then cards to be priced at $35. I'm sure there's going to be some products that don't go up at all and some products that go up more than we were expecting. Games Workshop has announced 4% across the board, with the exception of starter boxes and paints. But in the past, whenever they've said 4%, it has varied quite a bit, and we've seen some products go up by as much as 10%. So let me know what you think of this week's pre-orders, what you think of the prices. Are you going to be picking up any of this week's pre-orders? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.